God message today. My love, my truth. Admitting the truth has never been easy, and as I write these words, my heart is heavy with emotions I can no longer contain. I do not seek judgment or ridicule. I only wish to speak the truth that I have buried deep inside for far too long. I want to return to you, not out of loneliness, not because I have nowhere else to go, but because my heart has never truly left. No matter how much I tried to ignore it, no matter how hard I convinced myself that happiness could be found elsewhere, I always came back to one undeniable truth. My love for you runs deeper than I ever understood. In a moment of weakness and misplaced hope, I made the greatest mistake of my life. I walked away from you, chasing an illusion, believing that I could find something new, something better. I thought that by seeking out a different path, I could erase the mistakes I had made, but every step away from you only led me deeper into regret. Each day that passed without you made the truth clearer. I was never meant to love another, not the way I love you. The woman I thought would be my future has now left me, her words cutting through my soul like shards of glass. She told me I was broken, incapable of being whole. She said my heart was never hers to hold because it was still bound to you. No matter how much she tried, she could never replace what I had lost. She was right. I tried to silence the memories, to move forward as if I had left my past behind, but it was always there, your laughter, your warmth, the life we once dreamed of together. Even in the quiet moments when I thought I was alone, you were still with me. My love for you was never something I could erase. It was a part of me. I do not ask for your forgiveness, for I know that I have wounded you in ways that words cannot mend. I cannot expect you to welcome me back with open arms after the pain I caused. But I need you to know my love for you never faded. It remained even when I tried to deny it. For so long I wrestled with my pride, my fear of rejection, and the unbearable weight of guilt. It took losing everything to finally understand what I had taken for granted. I walked away, believing I was making the right choice, chasing after a dream that turned out to be nothing more than an illusion. I see now that the love we shared was real. It was the kind of love that anchors a soul, that creates a home, that gives life meaning, and I walked away from it. I cannot change the past. I cannot erase the hurt I inflicted upon you, but I can stand before you now, vulnerable and broken, telling you the truth that I should have admitted long ago. I love you. I always have. I always will. And if there is even the smallest chance, the faintest glimmer of hope that you might one day let me back into your heart. I will wait for as long as it takes, because you are and always have been my home. A letter of regret and hope. My dearest Elara, the truth is never easy to admit, and my heart weighs heavy as I write these words. I do not ask for your pity or forgiveness. I only ask that you hear me. I cannot hold this inside any longer. I left. I walked away from you, believing I was making the best decision for myself. I chased a dream, an illusion, thinking that happiness could be found elsewhere. I was blinded by the idea of something new, something different. But now, as I stand in the wreckage of my own choices, I see clearly that I was wrong. The life I thought I wanted turned out to be nothing more than a mirage, a fleeting fantasy that left me feeling empty and lost. I took you for granted, Elara. I failed to see the depth of the love and care you poured into me, the way you stood by my side when no one else did. I was selfish, too blind to realize that my heart had always belonged to you, even when I tried to deny it. Nights have passed with me lying awake, reliving every moment we shared, the way your laughter filled the room, the war, bittersweet ghost reminding me of what I lost. My regret is a shadow that follows me, a weight I carry every single day. Words alone cannot undo the pain I've caused, nor can they erase the damage I inflicted upon your heart. Yet, I write this not out of desperation, but out of a deep, unwavering truth. I love you. I always have. The woman I left you for has gone. Her words cut deep, leaving scars I may never fully heal from. She told me I was broken, that I could never truly belong to her because my heart was still tied to someone else, to you. And she was right. No matter how much she tried to love me, she could never fill the space that only you could occupy. She said she couldn't live with someone who was only half hers, and I finally understood what she meant. You were my home, Elara. You were my peace, my anchor in the storm, and I walked away. I cannot expect you to forgive me easily. I know I have no right to ask for your love after all I have done, but I need you to know that my love for you has never faded, even as I made mistakes, even as I strayed further away. A part of me remained yours. I have faced the harshest truths about myself. I have learned that love, true love, is not something you abandon when it gets difficult. It is not something to replace when it no longer feels convenient. Love is meant to be cherished, nurtured, protected, and I failed to do that with you. I do not write this letter with the expectation of being welcomed back with open arms. I know I must earn your trust again, and that may take time, if it is even possible at all. I simply want you to know that I see my mistakes clearly now. I see the pain I caused you, and I will carry the regret of it for the rest of my life. But I also hold on to hope, a hope that one day you might find it in your heart to forgive me, a hope that love, our love, still has a chance to heal. No matter where life takes us from here, know this: you are the greatest love I have ever known. And if there is even the smallest chance of redemption, of rebuilding what was lost, I am willing to do whatever it takes, even if it means waiting forever. Yours always, Gaius Title, A Love Unforgotten. Soft instrumental music plays in the background. The scene opens with a dimly lit room. A lone figure sits by a window, rain tapping softly against the glass. With a deep breath, he begins to write, pouring his heart onto the pages before him. Liam's letter to Evelyn. Evelyn, my dearest, I don't know if these words will ever reach you, but I write them with the hope that somehow, in some way, they will find their way to your heart. I know I have failed you. I know that my mistakes have cast shadows over what was once the brightest part of my life, us. I have spent countless nights replaying every moment, every word, and every choice that led us to where we are now. And with each recollection, the weight of my regrets grows heavier. You deserved better. You always did. Yet, in my arrogance, my blindness, I failed to see just how much you gave, how much you loved. And now, as I stand in the ruins of what we once were, I see it all too clearly. I want to be the man who cherishes you, respects you, and loves you unconditionally, the way you always loved me. My journey back to you is not just a wish, it is a promise to myself, to you, to everything we once shared. But I know that words alone cannot erase the pain I caused. I know that apologies, no matter how sincere, cannot mend a broken heart overnight. But if my words can offer even a glimpse into my soul, into the remorse that fills every corner of my being, then perhaps they can serve as a beginning, a small light in the darkness, a step toward redemption. I have suffered, Evelyn, not because I wish to punish myself, but because I now understand. Every tear you shed, every silent moment of despair, and every sleepless night we endured apart became a lesson I could no longer ignore. I have come to learn to I could no longer ignore. I have come to learn that love is not a fleeting emotion or a mere chapter in one's life. It is the essence of who we are, the force that binds us beyond time, beyond mistakes, beyond even the pain we have endured. I was lost in my own selfishness, wandering through the labyrinth of my mistakes, believing that pride mattered more than honesty, that fear mattered more than fighting for what truly mattered, you. But now, as I stand before my reflection, stripped of all illusion, I see a man who is willing to change, who is willing to fight for the love that once defined him. I do not ask for your forgiveness today. That is not something I have the right to demand. Instead, I ask for time. Time to show you that the love I carry for you is not one of convenience, but of devotion. Time to prove that I can be the man who stands beside you without hesitation, without fear, and without the weight of my past failures holding us back. I have come to realize that love is not about never making mistakes. It is about learning from them. It is about understanding that when you have something precious, something rare, you hold on to it with everything you have. And I let go of you. The greatest mistake of my life. I remember the way you laughed in the summer air, the way your voice softened when you spoke of your dreams, the way your hand fit so effortlessly in mine. Those moments are not just memories, they are the fabric of my very being. They live within me, guiding me, shaping me into the man I should have been all along. Even if we can never find our way back to each other, please know this: your love changed me. It awakened something in me that I never knew existed, and I will carry that part of you within me for the rest of my days. But I do hope, with every fragile piece of my heart, that our paths may cross once more. That one day, in whatever form fate decides, we might stand before each other again, not as two souls burdened by the past, but as two people who understand what it means to truly love. I promise to cherish every lesson you taught me, to honor the love you once gave so freely, to become a man worthy of standing by your side, even if that day never comes. Evelyn, my heart has never forgotten you. It never will. And if there is even the smallest chance, just the faintest hope, that you might still see in me the man you once believed in, then I will walk this path with patience, humility, and unwavering love, for you are and always will be the most important part of my life. Forever yours, Liam. The rain outside slows to a gentle drizzle. Liam sets his pen down, his hands trembling. He folds the letter carefully, pressing it to his chest before placing it in an envelope. As he steps outside, the wind carries his silent prayer into the night, a prayer that one day she might read his words and know the depth of his love. Type yes if you believe in God. Type 1111 if you believe in God.